and you have to. Thanks, you ruined my video.
You know I was about to get up and go.
But you ain't have to come out here all loud.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna put this as a blooper.
Hi guys.
Hello, welcome back. This is Mahogany 101 Life. And this is my official first video for my rebranded channel. So I am super excited, and like in the last video, if you watched, I said I was going to be more consistent and do my videos on Mondays, Thursdays, and then one of the weekend days I would post. So I'm excited, and I know this video is coming out Thursday on time. And I just want to tell you everything that I did in the last 2 years. But first, I need to start with my wine. My Paloma wine. Feel a little bit. So let's get to it. So the last time I really vlogged was in 2023. Sometime in 2023, I want to say April was my last video. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. But, so fast forward to those months in between until today. So the first thing, and I wrote everything down, during that my leave of absence, if you want to say that, my little break. So in 2023, in June 22nd, I would say the first thing that happened was I traded in my car. So I traded in my car for a Kia, and I'll show you some of the footage.
So,
and it's like the best thing I've ever done. So that is my second car that I bought myself, and I was so happy about that car. Still am. I'm still happy. Here's the inside. It's not dirty yet. I did have it. It was dirty at one point, so of course. But it's a push to start. Then it has like, I'm gonna move this out the way. Navigation. It has Apple. Anyways, this is the back seat. And it's a little dirty. Not dirty, it's just stuff in it. Really not pretty good size, and it has like a privacy thing where you can put it under. Oh, look, I can't record and do it, but oh my gosh, you know, having to drive without air conditioning for so long, and going and driving like 45 minutes to an hour to work every day and back with no air, no AC. And then using my husband's grandfather's car that he bought from his dad, you know, to drive to work. And it's an old Buick from 19 something, you know, 1998 or 96. That car did me well, and I drove the heck out of it back and forth to work. And you know, I love the car, very nice, and the AC worked pretty good, and the heater, of course, that always works in a car. But yeah, it was nice. And my husband was driving his Jeep and then my car to work, even though it didn't have no AC. But he was like, oh, it's good on gas, whatever. But that purchase was necessary, and I was so excited about getting that. And I just went, and we just thought about it one day, you know, a couple of weeks, and we were like, yeah, we need a new car. Yeah, so that was one of the things that happened. Then it was my sister's. I'm not going to tell her age because she will kill me if I tell her age. But it was a big birthday party. I forgot the restaurant, but I'll put in like the clip of me and my sister. I took a picture with her. Then earlier during that year, we had booked a vacation, and I think I talked about it in one of my videos. We booked a vacation to Hawaii. Yes, Hawaii. That was like my favorite vacation so far, and we're going back for sure. But we did so much, and I will put in a couple of clips. Couple of things that we did when we were in Hawaii. We went to Luau, of course.
Now I'm looking for this goddamn place. How about it? Ladies and gentlemen.
That was really fun. And then we went to Pearl Harbor. But on a high note, we went to the beaches. The beaches were really nice, but it was extremely hot because we went in August. I would prefer to go maybe in April, June, or I don't know. But they said that was kind of the best month to go, but it is hot. But it was nice. It was still nice. So yes, and then we went I want to say we went to a couple of restaurants. We found this breakfast place and we could walk there. It was called Aloha Cafe or something like that. Oh my gosh. Souffle pancakes, like everything in Hawaii. And I will say one thing, everything in Hawaii, the food tastes so authentic, like fresh, like oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. And then the air there is just so clean. I don't know if it, of course it might be the ocean, I don't know, they're surrounded by water, but it's just so refreshing. And then the weather was like perfect. When it rained, it only sprinkled a little bit, but it was perfect weather. Yes, it was just a breath of fresh air, and it was so necessary, and we want to go there again, hopefully soon. We want to live there too. I know it's so, we do want to live there, and I think most people say that when they go visit Hawaii for the first time. They're like, I can see myself living here, and we can. We were looking up houses on Zulu. I was like, I want a $1 million home sitting on top of the hill looking at the ocean, but you know, I'm just dreaming, but it's possible. It's possible. But anyways, that vacation was much needed, and it was just so peaceful, so relaxing, and it was just, now I will say the flight there, 15 hours. 2 flights total, 15 hours. Now, the next time we go, we're definitely getting first class because I want to go to sleep. But yeah, that was just an amazing trip. And yes, we're going to live there one day. And then the next thing that happened was my niece's birthday. And I'll put it up, of course. Birthdays in between. And then we went to a comic convention. That was fun. Of course, we usually go every year, and like twice a year sometimes. My best friend's baby shower. She had her baby, I think 2 months after that. A little boy. He is so sweet. My husband's family member / friend's wedding. That was so beautiful. So beautiful. I went to my nephew's jazz concert. And I have a picture with him and a video as well. So now, you know, the holidays, Thanksgiving, you know, I'm at my job, we do a Thanksgiving dinner, so we had that. I never take pictures or anything. So we had that, and then Christmas and whatnot. So it was nice. Then it was 2024. 2024, it was my birthday, of course, January 22nd. That was last year. And then I went to my best friend's wedding in April. That was beautiful too. And then my niece's birthday, my little one, she turned 11 that year. And then we went to another comic convention in August, you know, and of course his birthday is in between. Holidays, whatnot. And I tried out a new hair in 2025, no, 2024, the end of 2024. Tried out a new hair color. My sister did my braids. It was like purple and like black and kind of like a pink. Oh, it was so pretty. And I don't do that much color. I always do black, but I loved it. So, and then that brings you holidays, my husband's birthday, you know, my friends' birthdays, during that time. Okay, so now we're at 2025. My nephew was born. So he was born in January before my birthday. Then it was my birthday again. And then, you know what? I totally forgot to put that it is our 5-year anniversary this year. It was in February, so I did meant to add that. I'm sorry, babe. Love you. And I'm so happy to be with you for 5 years. Well, longer than that, of course, but to be married to you for 5 years. That is a major milestone, and I can't wait for the 10 to 20. So, yes, I wanted to say that and include that. Now comes the big one. So, in June, the end of June, I put in my 2 weeks notice to my job. I had to pour some more wine for this part. So yes, I put in my 2 weeks notice the end of June. In July 7th, at first it was a mix. I'm not even going to talk about that. But anyways, so July 7th was supposed to be my last day. So, during that time before, July 7th was, a holiday, July 4th, 4th of July. So around that time we had celebration at our house, and I hosted and everything. And one of my family members weren't doing good at that visit. So I ended up not returning to work for my last 2 days. So yes, so I didn't even get to finish my last 2 days. I went in that Saturday, and I was just so I couldn't focus because my family member was in the hospital. And my family member, I'm not going to say who, has never been sick all my life. Never seen them sick. Now I seen them hurt themselves, have a sprained arm or something like that, cold, flu, stuff like that, but never sick like this. So we went to the hospital, got the diagnosis, and of course we were believing God and everything because God is a healer. He does what a doctor can't do. So we believe in what God says first. And God says, they will be healed, of course. So the thing about it is everything works out for a reason. And during that time, I had such a urgency to leave my job. And I didn't know why. And it ended up being that a family member ended up getting sick. And guess what? I get to spend more time with them now. I get to spend more time with my family, my friends. I get to relax at home, be a housewife, which it's hard, but it's rewarding and I love it. At first I didn't, but then I'm getting used to it because I've never been the person to allow someone to provide for me. I know I'm married, but at the same time, I've always been independent. I bought everything that I own. My parents taught me to work for everything that you want in your life. So that was really difficult at that time for me. Yes. And honestly, and I'll tell anybody this. If you feel the urgency to do something that, of course, not something bad, of course, but something that is life-changing, that is going to better yourself or give you peace, do not feel bad about it. You know in your heart that you're doing it for a reason, and it all works out. And it did. And it was for a reason, I got to be there for my family member during this hard time, and yes, it was meant to be. So yes, I love being home. I'm starting to get into the groove of it now. About 2 months and a couple of days now since I left my job. Was that job a good job? Yes, but at the same time, it wasn't supposed to be my forever job as well, and it wasn't really taking me anywhere. I was just very stagnant, and I always made excuses about looking for a job and finding the right job, and not having time to look for a job either, because I was constantly on the road, like I told you earlier, back and forth to work, about 45 minutes to an hour going to work back and forth. So that's 2 hours out my day, and it was like 10 hours total of just going to work. So yes, it's such a relief, and I feel so excited, and I'm doing so many new things. I did start an art class. I didn't finish it, you guys. I was like, I should have took a drawing class first instead of taking a painting class, which I know how to paint, I know how to draw, but I haven't done it in a very long time. But I'm gonna take a drawing course probably at home, so I'll do that first and then start painting again. And I start doing so many different things. I got a new table that I'm sitting at for my kitchen, and I put it all together myself, and I made some changes around the house. We got some new projects that we're working on too as well, so those things are exciting. Yes, I'm just trying so many new things, being with my family a lot more. I was just with them for Memorial Day. So that was nice to be able to do those things and not have to worry about going to work the next day. So that was really nice. I've been spending more time, of course, with family, like I said, and helping out with my in-laws, their kids, watching them so they can do other things around their house, because she's also a stay-home mom as well with 2 kids, and I know that can be a lot, especially when you have a baby and a toddler. So I help out whenever I can, so that's been nice. And now that brings us to today. And I forgot to mention too, I started doing my own nails. Okay, it's not done right now, but it doesn't look that bad. I'm getting better. So I started doing my own nails last year. I have a couple of pictures, I think, of that. But I'm learning, and I'm getting better, and I'm taking my time, not trying to rush and do it and mess up. But this one was like my best one so far. But it's some steps that I missed on this finger. And so these three fingers nails fell off, not too long after I did it. So I know the mistakes that I made, so I'm learning. So anyways, like I said, they bring us to today. Now I'm starting my YouTube back up. I rebranded, changed the name, and I'm kind of do things different, and I have so many new ideas. And like I said, I'm gonna try to post consistently Monday, Thursday, and Saturday or Sunday. So one of those 2 days. And I'm gonna try to have this video done tomorrow, because today is Tuesday. It's it's almost Wednesday now, but I'm gonna try to have this done and not post it, but scheduled for Thursday. So stay tuned for this. Okay, so you're looking at it now. Duh. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Anyways, so it's been an amazing 2 years since I've seen you. So everything is going well. I'm learning more, I'm doing more things for myself, taking this time and using it and being responsible with this time. Show you some personal things, only about me, of course. And then I'm going to bring you with me when I go hang out with my friends. So it's gonna be exciting, and I got events this year too. We got the holidays, so it's gonna be exciting. So you have to stay tuned every week, about 3 times a week. And remember, it's on Monday, Thursday, and it might be Saturday or Sunday. One of those days, Saturday or Sunday. But yes, 3 days a week, and I'm gonna try to stay consistent and not have an excuse this time. But I'm so excited, and thank you for watching as always. And I really appreciate the views and people taking their time out their day just to watch my video. So yes, continue to watch, and thank you so much, and I really appreciate it, and love you guys. Thank you, and thank you for watching Mahogany 101 Life, and see you next time. Bye.